Hello, this is Laura O'Connor, President and Chief Operating Officer of JPAR, our affiliated network across the United States. And today I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing a former colleague and friend, a woman that needs really no introduction. If you have been around real estate for more than a minute, you have heard of Amy Chorew. She has been on the national speaker circuit since 2008. She has a long history as an entrepreneur. She spent a pretty good chunk of time at a large corporation and learning all the ins of that, and had great success there, but has since returned to her entrepreneurial roots with her new venture, which is curated learning. And we're going to hear some about that today. And we're also going to just find out about how Amy, as a woman leader, is empowering and listening and leveraging her lifetime experience to help other people in this industry. So welcome, Amy. I'm so excited to have you here today.
Laura, ditto, and love watching what you're doing in your new career. Super exciting.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. And actually, what I'm really excited about with this interview is that there are two things that I have been thinking about. I need to expand what we're already doing and improve this year. There's some opportunity areas. And it just so happens that they are the exact areas that you're making some really exciting advancements. So one of those being onboarding. We do really great work with recruiting. So how do we make sure that that first impression and the process of getting an agent up and going and really utilizing and taking advantage of the full tech suite we have is being utilized? So you're doing some things on that front. And then the second thing that I'd love to talk with you more about is financial wellness. So at the agent level, they're entrepreneurs, really they're small business owners. And are they doing the right things to make sure that they're taken care of in their future? So where should we start? How about onboarding?
Sure.
Give me a little bit about what the work you're doing in that.
Sure. Laura, when I left my corporate job and started my new endeavor, I put my license with a local company here in Connecticut. And when they onboarded me, honestly, it was atrocious.
Yeah.
And I go, wow, this isn't good. Now, they're a boutique, so I'll give them that. And I love them dearly. I had recently read a book called The Power of Moments by the Heath brothers. And in that book, they talked about poor onboarding is an opportunity lost. And I'm thinking, wow, I have an opportunity here to fix things. So as I researched and thought about my experience, I realized there's two areas where onboarding hits. One is the compliance piece, all the forms, getting people set up in your systems, getting their independent contract done, talking about risk and sexual harassment, and all of the things we have to do when we get someone put into our system. That I realized could be done in a very seamless way with jot forms and emails.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
We put it together. And I've actually done it for 5 companies now. And what I've been hearing from the clients is the agents say, wow, I said I was going to join you and you put me into this system. I could get signed up as fast as I wanted to or take my time. But it was so easy that if you're going to treat me like this, I know you're going to treat me and my business with the same care. So it's been a win-win on the compliance.
That's fantastic. So you've simplified the process of onboarding. But when we were talking earlier, you also talked about sophistication. So where is that transition? You mentioned 2 parts of onboarding, the clients and then the culture. So what's the overlay there?
So the culture is all the things that after a person signs on, who do I call when I have a reload problem or an HR problem or a tech problem? Who is the leadership? What does the leadership stand for? What's their mission, vision, values? How do they want me to operate in the market? How do we relate with NAR and the local and the state associations? What's their training like? How do they do lead resourcing? What is their tech tools? How do I get going with that? So the companies that I just worked with, we put together an actual manual where all of that information, because most of these companies wanted to teach that live. So they do a live training quarterly, however often they need to, monthly, some of them monthly when they're bringing new agents on, and they have someone on their team bring them through a couple hours a day onboarding, which is great. But I realize that's not scalable for everybody. So I'm actually working with a friend of yours and mine. Can I bring her name up here? Is that okay?
Please, that would be great. I'd love it.
A friend of mine, Danny Watkins, she runs an instructional design company. She's been my friend forever. I actually brought her to my old job, Anywhere, where they had a leadership program called Ascend, and Danny brought it to the next level.
I am an Ascend graduate. I'll just throw that in there. So I'm very familiar with Danny, and she does an incredible job. And so I think that's going to be a fantastic collaboration between the two of you. What I love about you, Amy, is that not only do you have the learning background and the national speaking background, but you understand technology in a way that I don't see many people in this industry really grasping. You work on both sides. And so I think that that's probably why I'm so confident in that what you roll out for these onboarding opportunities is going to be really comprehensive and well thought out, because you understand the need of being able to tell a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's part of like, who am I as part of this new organization I'm joining? Like, what values are they bringing to the table that align with mine? And how did I tell that story as I build my business? Because it's a partnership, right? So you get that piece of it, but you also understand if the process isn't seamless, it doesn't matter how great the story is. They're gonna have a bad impression. So I'm really excited. We love Jotform too, by the way. So it was really cool to hear you bring that up. Good tip for anybody that might not be using that. You should explore it. So tell me a little bit about the tech side of what you're doing. You had mentioned that you work with prop tech startups. In fact, I think we had you in as a speaker to talk to our agents across the JPAR Nation about some different components related to that. But what surprises you about working with prop tech startups in this industry?
Thanks for the question. The thing that amazes me the most, and I've been working with prop techs now, basically looking at how they onboard agents into their real estate agents into their product, and then how they keep them engaged. Just finished a large contract with a company and saw some great results as a result. Many startups, as I'm seeing, have to move out of startup mode and become a real business. They need a business consultant. So I'm working with companies where they have 25 employees and they don't have an org chart. What is the whole business structure? There's just at a certain critical point, you have to start working as a true business, have the right people in place, and make sure you're communicating to all of your team and staff who you are, your mission, your vision, your values, how to get stuff done, just like I'm doing with onboarding with real estate companies. So there's a real parallel there. And I see a lot of energy spent on getting the product to market, where they should also be working on their infrastructure and working as a real. Does that make sense, what I just said?
Totally makes sense. And I love that you're drawing that line of comparison between the two, because an agent is oftentimes, unless they're a team leader, they're their own business. They are a startup, and they have this massive opportunity area. If they can get from thinking about themselves as an agent to thinking about themselves as a business, and managing all the things that come along with that, and a proper onboarding will help them make that leap much faster. Similarly, with technology companies that are in the real estate space, they have these great ideas and they hit the ground running and they're creating something fabulous, but they have an opportunity if they can get to thinking about themselves as a business instead of a startup quicker. And so it's really neat that, I know they're pulling you in to help with this onboarding piece, but it sounds to me like you're also sort of helping with some of the more building trust and, helping them understand that they need to be organized. You have to have an org chart. You have to understand the relationship components and what do we stand for. And so they're getting a little extra bang for their buck, if I imagine. I've worked with you, so I know that entrepreneurial brain is always covering all the components.
But I know what I'm good at. So actually, I've teamed up with she's actually a branding company, not just a marketing company. Her name's Stacy Statham.
I know
She goes
Stacy as
in, you know,
well. And
Stacy.
she had some Jungian archetypes that she's got through her marketing piece,
Yes.
right? Love that.
What she's doing for the companies I'm working with is we're figuring out their branding for the personas of their clients. But as she creates this, I'll give you an example. One of my clients, where they have a lot of how-tos video. So she created this big video. Stacy went in and now has created all their branding. And in Canva, she created a video like loop. So we're chopping the video. So she created this great, here we are, this is our company, the branding, it looks good, and we're plopping the videos in there. So it's a great marriage. I do think though, if there was a company out there that could help these startups figure out how to run like a real company as a business mode, that would also be a great other piece. I'm looking for that person. Who are you?
That's right. Amy's put the call out. So if you're watching this and you know somebody, we're going to have the ways that you can connect with Amy as part of her bio write-up on this. And so make sure, our blog write-up. So make sure and check that out. But Amy, if anybody's still here and they haven't paused yet and like hit rewind for a few minutes, you have dropped so many tidbits. So for a small business owner, for a startup, even for a large company. So JPAR, we're about 4,000 agents, 25 states now. We use job forms. We use Canva so that we can put out templates so that any of our owners can pull up and do their own version of what we're creating. I just love hearing that you're utilizing these low cost or sometimes even free resources and educating and enlightening the consumers that you're working with as to what's out there, because technology is amazing. It's just a matter of using it right and knowing that it exists and which one is the best one. So Amy has dropped you all some really awesome tips on different things you should check out already. I would love to get a little bit more insight from you. You mentioned a book earlier. Could you just repeat it again? You said that you had got some really great insights about onboarding.
Yeah, Power of Moments.
Power of Moments. Okay,
great. By Chip and Dan Heath.
Okay.
And perfect. In there, he just talks about creating experiences. And there's one chapter on onboarding. It was with John Deere, I believe, how John Deere does the onboarding. And that got me inspired. And, here
you are.
This is how you learn.
That's right. That's the listening component. So our Well series is about women who are empowering, listening, and leveraging their relationships. And what you've talked about is, you listen both through reading and through our ears. So you're absorbing information, you've got this, and now you've taken it and you're leveraging it through your connections in this industry to help them with better onboarding experiences. The next component that you talked about that you're helping leverage a relationship a little closer to home, your sister, I believe. Tell me a little bit about her and her financial fitness program and how you got involved.
Thank you, Laura. This is so near and dear to my heart as well. My sister is a CPA in Santa Barbara. She actually just sold her practice, but she's always given back through National Association of Women's Business Owners, showing women how to set up their businesses so they actually can make money. Her daughter recently bought a condo, and my sister took the realtor out to lunch. My sister calls me and she goes, Amy, this woman made over $2 million last year and she has nothing. Is this normal? Do realtors not know how to save money for their future? And I'm laughing. I'm going to go, huh? Yes. She goes, I'm going to take the class that I wrote for business owners and make it for realtors. Give me a realtor that I can talk to. So I connected her with a broker I know. I'm down in the Beverly Hills area, and a great woman. I met her at Woman Up, which is a California Association of Realtors group. And they're putting together a class for real estate professionals on how to keep more of the money you make. And they're showing all the traditional and non-traditional financial vehicles you should be leveraging to save money, because we don't work in a corporate job. No one's taking money out of our paycheck every month. So we'll have money. And they're also teaming up with Nick Crowder, who wrote The Golden Handoff, about how to create a succession plan. We're going to have they're going to have a piece in the class on that as well. But
I'm so excited about this, Amy, both parts of it. And I'm really looking forward to working with you. You know that we've got companies that you would love to pilot. We're a continuous improvement organization. So I'm going to hook you up. We're going to test this out with a few of our companies as well. And it will align perfectly with our JPAR whole health organization, or JPAR who component that I'm in a Regis suite in Chicago area right now because I'm working with one of my team members out here. We're virtual, so I try to get out and get in person and reconnect. It's amazing how much you can hammer out. Looking forward to doing that with you in the near future, Amy, whether it's at a Woman Up event or we're carve out some time and let's keep brainstorming on how we can keep building and improving the experience for agents and their clients. I am so delighted that we were able to connect today. I know you're very busy. You're wearing a lot of hats and juggling a lot of things, but anytime that I can have 20 or 30 minutes with Amy, it is always a real benefit to me. It will be a huge benefit to anybody who's watching this. You dropped a few more Woman Up, there are the women's business groups that are out there that they should tap into. It doesn't always have to be real estate specific. But where we can pull in those people who are helping small business owners that are from a much broader pool and bring their insights in and refine it to be specific for real estate agents, just extra value added. So any last words that you would like to share with anybody who is watching this video?
Just read the notes. If anything was of interest to today, please reach out. Very accessible. If you're interested in onboarding, if you're interested in the fiscal fitness, financial fitness for you or your company, let's all keep more of them hard. The money that we make, let's make sure we have a future that we can enjoy it. So Laura, it's always great to talk to you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Amy. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you at an industry event. They're on stage or for a cup of coffee the morning after very soon.
Thanks, Laura. Bye.
Bye.